Should you be doing chin-ups or pull-ups? In this video, I'll discuss their differences and help you decide which is best for you. Chin-ups describe the exercise with a supinated grip or the palms facing the body. Pull-ups are with a pronated grip or the palms facing away from you. To help remember the difference, think that to hold a bowl of soup you'd use supination and you'd pour something out with pronation. Pull-ups use a pronated grip and both start with the letter P. Keep in mind, grip exists on a continuum. You can do pull-ups with the hands slightly pronated or chin-ups with the hands partially supinated. You can also use a neutral grip between the two, a combination of different grips, or rings where the hands can swivel throughout the movement. Regardless of the grip, these exercises use similar movements. Improving your chin-up will also help your pull-up and vice versa. However, with different grips, you'll use slightly different motor patterns and target different areas. Chin-ups are generally done with the hands closer, as going too wide will stress the wrists. In contrast, pull-ups tend to use a wider grip, as going too narrow can cause discomfort at the top. Due to hand placement and wrist position, chin-ups tend to use more shoulder extension with the arms moving in front of the body. This is because a supinated grip limits how much you can flare the elbows. Pull-ups tend to use more shoulder adduction with the arms moving down to the sides. To clarify, this isn't set in stone. Chin-ups can be done with wider grips, and pull-ups can move with pure shoulder flexion and extension. A key difference with these exercises is that they challenge the lats at different lengths. The lats extend, adduct, and internally rotate the shoulders. The hand position in chin-ups means the shoulders are more abducted and externally rotated at the bottom. This means there's more stretch on the lats with chin-ups when compared to a pull-up grip. While the motor patterns are slightly different, both chin-ups and pull-ups target the same primary muscle groups. These are the shoulder extensors and adductors and elbow flexors. At the shoulder, this is mostly the lats, teres major, and posterior deltoid. At the elbow, it's the biceps, brachialis, and brachioradialis. While they work the same primary muscles, EMG or electrical activity differs slightly between pull-ups and chin-ups. In this study, the pec major and biceps had significantly more activity during the chin-up than pull-up, whereas the lower traps showed more activity during pull-ups. For the lats, there was no significant difference between exercises. While machines are slightly different, this study found greater lat activity with the pronated lat pull-down when compared with a supinated grip. Here, bicep activity was similar between the two. Some make conclusions about the effectiveness of these exercises based on EMG findings. For example, many claim pronated lat pull-downs and therefore pull-ups are better for growing the lats. However, surface EMG is not a good proxy for muscle growth. For instance, in this study, squats showed lower EMG activity than hip thrusts, but grew the glute max just as much. The likely reason is that squats challenge the glutes at greater lengths. The same may be true for the lat pull-down. While a pronated grip yields greater lat EMG, a supinated grip will stretch them more. Like squats and hip thrusts, these may balance each other out with similar growth for the lats. I suspect this would be the case, but until we have a study comparing growth, we can't make strong claims. Regardless, to maximize hypertrophy, you should be including a variety of movement patterns in your program. When it comes to performance, specificity is key. While there's great transferability of strength, practicing chin-ups will improve your chin-up more, and practicing pull-ups will help your pull-up more. When comparing difficulty, chin-ups tend to be easier and stronger than pull-ups. You can generally lift more weight, and holding the top position is less challenging. Most beginners will unlock the chin-up first before being able to do a pull-up. Although chin-ups are easier, they're also more stressful on the common flexor tendon of the elbow. High volume training with a supinated grip, such as working toward the one-arm chin-up, is a common cause of golfer's elbow or overuse injury to this tendon. To help reduce stress and risk of injury, it's wise to vary your grip or do some training in the pull-up position. If you're experiencing golfer's elbow, using more pronated rather than supinated grips can help allow this to recover while continuing to train pulling movements. Finally, whether you train chin-ups or pull-ups will influence how transferable your gains are to certain skills. Pull-ups will be most transferable to the bar muscle up, while chin-ups with the elbows in will be more transferable to the rings muscle up. Chin-ups may also help more with the front lever, as these utilize more shoulder extension than adduction. However, as mentioned earlier, you can also do pull-ups with the elbows in to better mimic this pattern. In summary, chin-ups and pull-ups are very similar and complementary exercises. Both provide an amazing stimulus for gains in the back and arm muscles. To maximize hypertrophy and build versatile strength, it's wise to include multiple grips in your program. This can also reduce your risk of overuse injury, as you'll be dissipating stress across more tissues with different motor patterns. Ultimately, specificity is king and should be a major consideration in exercise selection. While chin-ups and pull-ups will help each other, you'll make the most progress with the one you practice more. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it helps your understanding of these exercises. If you want to improve your pulling strength or learn calisthenics generally, check out my programs in the Base Blocks Plus app.